Welcome! E aí, galera, beleza? Bem-vindo à nossa comunidade.
Welcome to our community.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is OGC here. Today we have a new video. Today's new video, we will be looking at the new game update. So this is going to be patch 1.22.08. This is coming out on November 12th at 1 a.m. UTC. So if you live in America, it will be out November 11th, some point that night. Sometimes when these new patches come out, there can be trouble with your gameplay. So make sure your account is linked to either your Facebook or your Google Play or whatever the GameStop account thing is. That way, if you have any issues with your game, you can delete the game, re-download it, and all the fixes should be in there. So let's take a quick look at this and see all of the changes that will be coming out. And I will tell you, before we begin, I was super excited when I heard that this patch was coming out. I was so excited. I was like, finally, there is a chakra reset. And then I read through the whole thing. There's no chakra reset. So we'll make do with the best that we have. So let's take a look and check this out. And the first thing that we'll notice is they're discussing Drake. So in Drake, the mist regions will now unlock sooner. How much sooner? I'm not sure. So when you do go to Drake, if you have not gone there yet, if you're in a newer server, eventually after you have your first server merge, you will be going to Drake. It's a matter of time till we all go through it. When you go to Drake, or for the players that are returning to Nor in a few days and have the option of going back to Drake, now the map itself will open up a lot faster. I think that this is huge for the gameplay. They also updated the quest content, the chapter names, the chapter order for the history of Drake. So these are all those rewards that you get by participating in Drake. So it will be interesting to see what the quest content and the chapter names and the order of it all, how it gets changed for this update. We'll get more information once this is out and we can talk to some of our friends that are currently on Drake. They also reduced the influence required for houses to promote in tier and adjusted the limit of house standing points. So this should mean that houses can tier up a lot faster on Drake. So remember, if you go to Drake, the house is reset to tier 1. And this will just allow people to get back into the house sooner rather than later and hopefully save on some potions. When you're returning to the land of Nor at the end of the Conquer Drake event, all mist regions will be unlocked and your city credits will be restored to the amount that you had before you left for Drake. I don't know if this pertains to people that are currently on Drake now when they return back to Nor, or if this is talking about the future, like if you opt to go back to Drake. Not 100% sure, but again, we'll find out in a few days when we can go back. Next, we have the Wrath of Nilokos in Sylvian Spring. So increase the loot drop by all enemies inside of this story instance. So that's pretty cool. And they lowered the requirements to unlock misted regions. So we'll check this out when the next time this is in the game. And we'll be able to get more information on this as we play the game. Next, they did some changes to power. So they changed the value displayed in the following menus from regular power to core power. That includes on your profile, your pact, house application, approvals, appointing advisors, appointing positions for the emperor, bestowing treasury rewards, and group raids. So again, I said this in a past video. It seems like Art of Conquest and Lilith are trying to get away from that idea of just having your normal power. And I think that is very true. I think Lilith is trying to get away from like that regular power and convert only to core power and everything that is important in the game. By doing these changes with power, this is just a further point hammering home that idea that I came up with, that they're trying to just get rid of regular power for anything and everything. It's a matter of time till that disappears. House power requirements have been changed to incorporate core power. Please note that the power requirements of all houses will be cleared after this update. You'll need to set it again. So again, in order to get into a house, as of right now, it's based on your current power. They're going to change that to core power. I don't know how impactful this will be, but it should be another point for core power. And core power is very irrelevant at this point in time because there's so many variables going into it. I won't get into that rant today. I'll spare you guys from that. The group rate power limit has been changed to core power. So again, we're just getting rid of the regular power. The house leadership display of total power has been changed to core power, and the house registration rules for Clash of Fate have been adjusted accordingly. So if people did not know this for Clash of Fate, outside of the championships, so just regular season Clash of Fates, you would get paired with people that had the same power as your total team. So doing things right before you get matched up, like dropping your dragon to a level 1, unequipping all of your heroes, doing those little changes had an impact on which team you get matched up with. So they are finally addressing this and switching it to core power, which as we all know, you can't drop your core power, you can only go up. Now here's where things get interesting. Under Dragon Balance, the protection tree is getting updated. All Dragonic talents' healing efficiencies have been increased from anywhere from 2% to 10%. So anything that was at 2% is now going to go up to a maximum of 10%. And for anything that was 3% now goes up to a maximum of 15%. So this might make the protection tree even better. I think the protection tree is really good as is, but it's just going to get that much better. Who knows? Maybe that's enough to influence Noble Blood. Don't know. So the effects of the Seward Aura, all of the auras have been adjusted from 0.4 all the way up to 2% or 0.6 all the way up to 3%. So that's a pretty significant increase. We'll see how this plays out. Right now, your dragon talents are so important, so maybe this will put a big push for the protection tree. For the Jade Dragon, Call of the Wild is getting an ability rework. So Jade Dragon now summons 3 Sprig Fountains, healing nearby enemies every second and increasing their damage mitigation. So this will be interesting to see where these now get summoned, how they work with everything. This could be really good. It could be a total whiff and totally just not good, but we'll see. Somebody will end up testing it out. The idea of healing nearby enemy units every second is awesome, and if it increases their damage mitigation, both of those traits are very good. So it seems promising, but we have to see it in its actual gameplay application to determine, is it a win or is it a whiff? Win or whiff. There we go. That's the new one. Under racial balance, we have Rakkans, the bandits. So the conditioned reflexes research, which increases the evade and accuracy of the bandits currently, is replaced by precise shots, which increases critical hit chance and accuracy of the archers. So this is actually going to make the archers hit a lot harder for Rakkans. Already their archers are doing fantastic, so I think that this is going to do a big push for the Rakkan crossbows or the bandits, and now they'll be able to put out more damage. Under other updates, the random start time for Succession Wars, the fight for the Empress, previously began between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m., which is in UTC time, will now begin from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So basically, if you live in America, it's going to be one hour earlier, which is fantastic because on a Friday night at midnight is brutal as far as the time. So now it will be 11 o'clock at night. A little bit more bearable. If you're on the West Coast, it will be even earlier. That's great. For our friends in Europe, hopefully that works out for you. Although the people in Europe, I always feel bad for you guys because you guys always get shafted on the times. When you achieve a perfect victory in the Voice Age, the times remaining before a guaranteed design scroll drop will now be displayed. So in case you guys did not know this, when you pass a stage in the Void, I think it's 30 days. I think it's 30 days and you're guaranteed to get that drop. However, very rarely do people remember when they got when they first passed that stage to start that queue. I know I can't keep track of them. The only way I can keep track of them is going back on my videos, and even those aren't 100% accurate because I'll record a big cluster of videos on one day and then break them down throughout the week. So if that's the case for me, it's hard for me to follow. I can only imagine it's hard for you guys to follow as well. So this will be nice to know. Next, you can view the dragonic talents of other commanders after the battle, so that's cool. And they added 2 more equipment presets. One additional ability preset will unlock for you on Valor Tier 8 and another on 13. I'm actually I'm pretty excited about this. This is why I'm excited about it. I'm excited because, first of all, in my opinion, you need 3 sets for equipment right now at a minimum. You need 1 set of equipment for everything for PvP, another one for queuing up your gold cap, and a third one for your sieging. Is like, say you're hitting an empty wall. If I'm attacking an empty wall, my talk should be set up a different way than if I'm doing the dual towers or Clash of Fate. Same thing with Raxius. So it will be nice to change their equipment. The other thing where this is huge is now that we get guaranteed flawlesses or flawless divines while crafting, we can now have multiple PvP sets. So say for PvP, I want might and stamina, the typical might and stamina, but I'm going up against different opponents. And say one opponent is going to beat me every single time in might and stamina, it's cool to have the ability to switch your gears as long as you set it up ahead of time, so that when you're fighting them, maybe you'll actually win stamina and you'll sacrifice might and you'll go for a command so you can win more stuff. It just adds a whole nother element for the game. Finally, you can now exchange badges of bravery for the new general set piece in the black market. So when it comes to the black market with the general set, so this right here is the general set. I'll move myself over. There we go. I went all the way over that way, over there. So this is the general set. It's a 3-piece set. It is the Clash of Fate set for them. It's going to cost you 4,500 Clash points every time that you get one. And what it does is it gives a hero bonus and grants a protective shield to nearby enemies that block 1 instance of incoming damage per unit greater than 20% of the unit's max health. So what this means is this is the anti-sniper set. So if you are going up against Dwarf and they're running a ton of snipers, this set will make those snipers pretty much waste 1 headshot. It's not bad. For other things, this could help out against, say, a Denji doing a spin. I don't know if you guys have ever been in that situation where Denji just does a giant spin, kills off all of your swords or all of your archers, whatever it looks like. So this will be able to protect your troops a little bit longer. Where do I rank this up there? I think if you have the Clash of Fate set for Raxius, the mage one, I think this is a worthwhile one of getting. Maybe even if it's just 1 and throw it on Avalon or something. Something that's central that's going to be around a bunch of troops, especially your squishy troops. I think that this could go a long ways. We'll have to test it and see exactly how it works, but I'm very optimistic with this. So, with that, guys, I hope you guys had a fantastic day. I'm looking forward to this new patch. Hopefully, you guys are as well. And until next time, guys, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe. Check out the description for a bunch more awesome information, including the OGC Community Discord. You can find the merch shop, or if you want to further support this channel because you are a kind, awesome soul, check out the Patreon page. So, until next time, guys, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.